welcome back to my channel and welcome back to an unofficial reset. April is starting next week and this week has been interesting. I just got back a couple days ago from Cleveland. I went up to visit my mom. That vlog is going to be coming very soon, probably next week after this one. But yeah, my flight ended up getting delayed, so it pushed this entire last week of March back, which is very interesting, and just trying to stay afloat. But I wanted to just kind of share my mind around today, basically. I thought I would do this vlog and do just kind of, like I said, an unofficial reset video to just share where I am with all of my different plans. A new quarter is getting ready to start, which is my favorite times of the year because I thrive off of quarterly planning. I love it. So I'm going to be updating this calendar, probably not on this vlog, but that's going to be coming up as well. I have my quarterly wall planner and I just kind of wanted to talk through some stuff. I will probably do a separate video on my plans for the quarter, I think, because that might be kind of fun. So give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see that. But first off, I always love to just say hello, welcome back. My name is Tatiana. I'm a mentor, I'm a business coach, and I am also a woman that is here trying to help you get out of your own way. I love talking about entrepreneurship and just sharing my life of just learning who I am in all of my different seasons of life as a wife, as a mom, and a woman of God. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a CEO of the Inspired Blueprint. And yeah, we have a good time over here on this channel. So if you love to be poured into and encouraged, get good ideas, love entrepreneurship and just what it is to be a woman, then definitely go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you join my Inspire fam. This video is going to be a little bit all over the place just because I don't have a format for today's video. Like really, we're putting emphasis on unofficial, okay? But I did want to just start it off with a quick reflection. So I'm going to grab my power sheet. Okay, quick little favorites. This is one of my favorite pens from the shop. They come in quite a few different colors, but y'all, this pen is absolutely everything, okay? I'll make sure that it is linked for you because it's smooth and it's a gel pen. So if you like gel pens, it's black ink, which I prefer black ink. And it gets it right every time, okay? But I am opened up to, first of all, if you're like, what are the power sheets? Because I feel like I always want to make sure that I do its due diligence. So the power sheets is by Cultivate What Matters. This is a yearly goal planner and I love using it at basically this time every month. There's a whole section in the beginning of the planner, and I have shared this in past videos that you walk through called the prep work, and that really gears you up for the year. But they have these quarterly refreshes in there, so every quarter you get an opportunity to go back, revisit the goals, because you know the year can change. Like the way that we might set up how we want things to look, it might look very different, you know, once we're getting to Q2, Q3 and all of that stuff. So that is happening. I'm probably going to work on my quarterly refresh this weekend, which is why I was thinking I may do another follow-up video with just some quarterly stuff if you would like to see that. But one of the things that I love about this is that they have a month in review and they have a monthly reset. So it gives you a chance to just, of course, reflect on the previous month, how things went, and then it gives you an opportunity to set up your intentions for what you want your next month to look like. And this past one, okay, y'all, look at this monthly spread right here. It's a little bit bright because the window is behind you, but I wrote out my workout plan. I am new to running. I've been running since January, and I am training for a 5K that is actually taking place in the month of April, which is kind of crazy. But this was what I did for March. I actually used this to write out my entire plan of what I wanted to do. I do actually have their health and wellness journal as well. I need to actually look at that. I almost forgot that I had that. I might revisit that in Q2 because I'm planning on still continuing to work out and train even after the 5K is over, but I have to really stick to what I need to do for April to make sure that I'm prepared for this race. I just ran my first 5K this week though, literally just on Tuesday of this week. Today is Thursday. And I feel so good about it. I feel so proud. So I'm like, the fact that I've done it once, I'm like, okay, that means we should be able to do it again. We should be able to perfect it, get faster. I still have a little over a month at this point. Actually, no, what is today? No, I think I have a month now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So I think I actually have a month until this race now. Yeah, it's not a little over a month. It is a month at this point. So anyways, I'm getting off task. So this monthly section has a couple different parts. So it has your monthly reset where you can go in, you'll put what are your to-dos for the month, goals you want to make progress on, what's on your calendar, what's on your mind. It also has the monthly calendar on 2 pages. And then it has a place for you to do what is my favorite part, creating your tending list. So they give you a chance to kind of break down your goals and stuff, and then they have the monthly tending list. And this is really kind of the heart of it. I did not use my tending list for the month of March, and sometimes that happens. That's just me being realistic with y'all. Some seasons I use stuff very heavily, but there's always certain parts of this that I always use. And I use that calendar every month for different things. Sometimes I write down like the things I'm grateful for every day. Sometimes, like I said, I'm using it for my running plan that I'm doing. And then the tending list, I like to use it, especially in the months when I have just a lot of moving parts and things going. So I do really feel like I'm going to benefit from the tending list for the month of April and May, because those are 2 really, really busy months for me. So I think that is going to be a good idea to use it for this. And then the month in review, which I'm getting ready to do with you all for this portion, is where you just kind of go through and you reflect. So let's reflect on some things together. Get comfy with me. And even if you don't have your power sheets, grab a journal and then I'll give you some prompts of things. I had no intention of recording this video today, so this is unplanned, but I was like, I'm trying to be consistent, and I really wanted to be consistent this year with resets. So we're just going to do this very much laid back and just kind of see how it goes. So the first thing that I usually do with these is I do like to just reflect on a lesson or something that I learned for the month of March. And honestly, I don't really have a specific lesson, but what I will say is that no matter what it is that we have on our hearts that we want to do, God will he'll keep bringing it up for you. But also, even more than that, if it's something that's important to you, you will make the time for it. You will find the time for it. And so this month, I have proven that to myself time and time again. When it comes to like my new running and working out, like this is a whole new thing for me. I have never been the person to be like in the gym and working out and all that stuff. But finding the time to do that, finding the time to get a chance to go and spend the weekend with my mom and her friends to really love on her with her wedding coming up. So that was amazing. Also, the product that I've been working on, I have a really cool journal along with some other really nice products that are going to be launching in a little collection that's going to be happening very, very soon in the coming weeks. And these are all things that were not necessarily required, but I'm so grateful that I was able to prioritize doing them, and it really made my month full. It made it feel so full of joy, and that's actually one of the acronyms. One of the words in the acronym INSPIRE is the E is enjoy. And I'm always trying to find ways to just enjoy what I'm doing and just my days as much as I can. And I'm not even touching on everything, but I feel like those are really the top 3 things for me where I feel that I was able to just get out of my own way to make it happen. Even with going to visit my mom, like there was a lot of things where I could be like, oh no, maybe this won't work out and different things. But I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I get to spend that time with her. And it was uninterrupted. It was child free. So I can't wait for y'all to see that week vlog, because there's a lot of things from that week that I recorded. But it's just good. It's just good. So it's not really a lesson, but it's just more so really, I guess it would just say gratitude, that I was able to have the capacity to do these things this month, and that they brought me so much joy. Because even with me working on this new product, it is nothing like getting to the sample and finally just seeing the thing that I've been working on come to be, and I'm excited to share that with you all. So it's just some good things in the works I'm really proud of. And so that's actually, I'm going to say that's my gratitude, is the capacity that I had for the month of March to be able to do all of these things on top of my regular life. I homeschool my daughter. I got to take care of the home, be a wife, and all of those things. There have been just some different heavy moments throughout the month, and I had to deal with a lot of that. I've tried to be a really good friend this month as well, to show up for my friends as much as I can in my friendships. I also have been trying to, and I also stay very consistent with my membership. So while there are times where I feel like, man, this is a lot on my plate, I am grateful for the capacity that I had for this month, because it allowed me to withstand everything. It allowed me to still remain myself, amongst all of the different things going on. And it's only going to get crazier, okay? Because the next couple of months are pretty hectic. Things will slow down once June gets here, but yeah, it's definitely ramping up right now. So I'm just grateful for my capacity. So I'm going to write that down. I'm also grateful for my friendships. I have some really, really just great friends in my life that I'm so encouraged by, that I'm so proud of, and just appreciative that God has placed them in my life, and that they all serve a specific purpose at different times, because you have some friends where it's like you don't really talk very often, but you get back together and it's like nothing has changed. And then you have those friends where you guys talk probably almost every day, all of your deepest, darkest things that are going on, and they really are there to pour into you, sometimes know you better than yourself. You have your friends that are there to pray with you. You have your friends that are there to really pour into you and see you. And it's just like I have a little bit of that with my friendships, and I'm really grateful for it. And so I really want to try my best, especially as this year goes on, to just be very intentional with my friendships and continue to do that. So that might actually be something I will add in for a goal that I want to work on for the quarter. I'll probably do that. But I am grateful for my friendships. And I'm also grateful for coming up on one whole year in my membership. So that is happening. I am going to be celebrating that on April 3rd. And I cannot believe it's been 1 year. I have shared a bit about where the membership came from and just all of those things. But I'm just so grateful for my membership. I love it. I'm so excited for year 2. It's going to be even better. And it is such a safe space. I feel like I say this every time. And I'm going to continue to plug my membership, okay? Like the ladies in there can tell you, and I'm going to continue to tell you that it is such a wonderful place to be. If you are a female entrepreneur, if you're looking for support, accountability, a place to just come and be yourself, but also to learn and to just leave better than you came. Like, it is such a wonderful community. So definitely consider checking out the Inspire Blueprint membership. The link is always in the description about it. But that is the things I'm grateful for this particular month of March. Also, some good things that have happened. Good things, I ran 5K. So I think that's a great thing. Ahead of me having to do the race, so I have plenty of time. Ran a 5K, and just a lot of like just personal, what is it called? Is it PR? What is that, y'all? Well, again, I'm new to all of this stuff, but I know that they call it like your PR. And I've hit a lot of new PRs for myself in terms of like the amount of time I've worked out, my movement goals, like on my watch and stuff, the distances I've ran. Like, this has been a month where things have drastically changed a lot with that stuff. Like how much I've been able to lift at the gym. So what does PR stand for? Maybe I should like Google it. Let's see. Okay, but y'all, why is PR coming up as public relations? We know that's not what I'm talking about. PR in the gym. Okay, let's see. Personal record. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess there's a lot of different things PR could stand for. Obviously, public relations. But, okay, so in relation to what we're talking about, my personal records, I've set some really good ones for myself. And hold on, I forgot my pen. So that, and also another good thing. So I had an opportunity. I know I have shared with y'all that I really want to get into speaking. And I was so grateful that I was reached out to. This was probably at the end of February, I believe. But I was reached out to be a part of this really cool opportunity. It is a woman, actually she's here on YouTube, Christina is her name, and she has this Beloved Week that she is going to be hosting. I'm going to be sharing a lot of information about it with y'all because it's a really cool event. It's a free event that takes place for the week, but they have an option for you to upgrade your ticket so that you will be able to attend all of the sessions, but if you miss them, you still have access to all of the recordings, amongst some other really amazing features as well that come along with it. but I was asked to speak as one of the people. And I was so grateful for that because I'm like, okay, I feel seen, and it's a faith-based event too, which I think just made it even better. So I'm just very grateful for it. I actually recorded the video and submitted it and everything earlier this week. So I'm just grateful for that. I'm grateful for it. It's gratitude, but it was a good thing because sometimes it's nice to just feel seen. Like, I feel like I've been on this platform for so long and I share as much as I can, but it's always nice to just feel like someone wants me to come and talk to their platforms as well, because to me, it feels like I'm really doing just even that much better. Like I'm really out there and making an impact, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. So thank you to Christina for that, because I just love the chance to share my message with people outside of just my own audience. So that was wonderful. So I'm actually going to write that down, my speaking opportunity. Okay, and then let's get this wrapped up. Okay, so goals that are growing well, running, and then also I'm going to shout out my daughter with her homeschool stuff. I've had just some very loose goals for her of what I would like to see happen, especially when it comes to the curriculum that we finish for the year. We are wrapping up our kindergarten year, y'all. I think we will be done because there is a set amount of days that you have to homeschool for South Carolina. It's 180 days. I need to sit down and see where we are. I track it every couple of months. I track our attendance weekly, but I go in and actually add everything up and see where we are on days. But our year is going to be wrapping up soon. We're definitely going to be done, of course, like most kids, we'll be done in this quarter coming up. And I'm just so excited for her. She's learned so much. That's what's growing well, is just seeing all of the kind of little seeds we planted at the beginning of the school year, and me kind of questioning okay, I don't know if you're going to get these concepts, and then her just showing me time and time again how brilliant she is, how quick she is to pick up on stuff. And even though we have our moments, homeschool can have its rough moments. It is definitely a lot. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of self-starting as well, which I'm glad that I have that quality, because there's times I'll be like, oh, we could just not, but we always still do, and it is paying off. Basically, the hard work is paying off, and that is a goal that is growing well. What is not working? What is not working? Okay, yeah, my quiet time with God and getting up early is what I'm writing down. And I don't have any excuses for those, but they haven't been working very well. I also feel too, sometimes I have it in my mind that stuff has to be one way, and I'm trying to get out of that. Especially, I always tell people that too, the way that I saw something happening does not have to be the way that it is forever. So if I did quiet time in the morning with God, it doesn't mean I can't do quiet time at other times with him. Or maybe getting up early in one season was 5 o'clock, but you know what? Maybe it's 6 this time. So just trying to reframe the negativity that I'm feeling around some of these things, but also redefining what it can look like for me, and that it's okay if it doesn't look like it did in previous seasons, because that is something that I struggle with in a lot of areas. But even, with my business, I'm like, well, I was this time a couple years ago, things was looking way different and feeling real different, and it's just always being open to just the constant change. And I think that that's important. So I'm just writing those things down. I always end up revisiting this page and writing more stuff down after these videos, but I wanted to just share what I read or listened to this month. So I have been obsessed with Janine Amapola's Ward's. She just got married. Her podcast is the Happy and Healthy Podcast. Highly recommend it. So that has been one. Also, my girl Jaleesa just launched her podcast. It's called Hey Sis. Check it out. I actually will have a episode that will be on there at some point within the season, so definitely check it out. But she is on there and allowing women to come and tell their stories and be seen outside of just what they are typically known for, in the online space. And it is such a good podcast. It's such a good podcast. I'm so proud of her. I have not really done any reading this month. I started off so good in January and February. March, I don't know what happened in March, but I kind of fell off. I am reading a book right now currently, but it's taking me a while just because I've only been reading it when I genuinely have nothing else going on. Like if I'm sitting around waiting on something, or like when I was traveling. that's really the only time I've been reading it. So it's taken me a lot longer than just me actively making time to read it, but it's actually really good. It's by an author that I read a book of hers earlier this year. I'm going to put the picture of it here because honestly, I cannot remember the name of it to save my life. But it is a really, really good story. It's about, oh wait, hold on. Y'all, look at me actually having my Kindle in here. I thought it was in my room, but it's not. So the book is called Full Measures. Very good book. I mean, it's actually, I think it's a part of a longer series, so I might be kind of doing it every now and then. But yeah, Rebecca Yarros. So I read another book from her. I think it was called something about flight, something. And it was a romance. This one is a romance as well, but I'm still at the beginning. It says I'm only 14% of the way through this one, but it's really good. So if you like military type of stories, a lot of her stories are based on just military, different storylines, but it's romance and it's so beautiful. And the last one, I was all broke down crying at certain parts, but it really kept me invested. It was such a good story. This one, it's the same thing. It has nothing to do with her writing. It's just me just trying to fit reading into little pockets of time this month. But I'm hoping that I will be able to get back into reading for next month. So I think I'm actually going to write that down. Reading regularly, I'm going to write that down for what's not working. So if you have any books that you are reading, let me know. I'm also going to be starting my book club back up in the membership, so I'm going to be reading again anyway for that too. So I have a couple of more like personal development books that I have on my list. I'm actually going to open it up to the ladies in there too to share their thoughts, and then I'm hoping we can kind of vote and come up with an idea of what books we want to read, and we'll be starting that up towards the end of next quarter. So that will be fun. But yes, that's what I've read or listened to. Not really too much, honestly. Not really too much. And then the last thing is favorite memories. I have to say my favorite memory is probably going up to Ohio last weekend and visiting my mom, being with her friends. It was such a good time, y'all. We had like a very beautiful spa experience that was really nice, very nicely set up. We also had a paint and sip night for her at this really nice restaurant too. And also just getting to spend some time with her, hang out, you know, have our deep conversations as we always do. I got a chance to see one of my really good friends that I've been friends with since middle school. And, well, actually, shoot, two of them. And so it was just nice. It was a nice time. I was away from my regular day-to-day. Evan and Emery stayed back here at home. So it was just a good time. Although my flight got delayed and all of that stuff, like I still really enjoyed the trip. I really did. So that would be my favorite memory for the month of March. And y'all, I think that is pretty much it for the reflection part. I feel like that was kind of long, but that is really the meat of what this video was going to be. It's just me kind of reflecting. But I did want to share what my April plans are with you guys. So I'm going to go. I got to make lunch for Emery. I have to do some homeschool with Emery. And then when I come back, I'm going to talk about what is in store for the month of April and what you can expect from me and the Inspire Blueprint and all of that good stuff. So I'll be sharing that in the next half. So I'll see y'all in a bit, but let's get some of this day going on. We got to be a mom and all that stuff too. Okay. We've opted for Chick-fil-A for lunch. And yeah, so that's what we're going to go get. The wildness in here right now is on 10, okay? It's on 22. You okay? What are you doing? Oh. I used to do that when I was little, so I'm not even gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you, but we gotta go, okay? You ready? We gotta get back, and then we need to do school when we get back. Y'all, I feel like I have said this before, but I love this bag. This is my favorite bag. I want to get it in every color that they have. It's Bays by Shay Mitchell. I love all of her products. I also have like my work bag that I use, this tote. I love that. But this is everything. And especially at this time of year, I just toss this thing on. It matches most of my outfits. Hi, you ready? Okay, where is Sky?
I'll get her.
Are you bringing Sky?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I love this thing so much. I'm about to get this in black for sure next. But yeah, they have it in a gray color. It's like a gray. I actually have another bag from her. It's in the same color. It's like a grayish light blue type of thing, like a pewter. And then I feel like they brought it out in another color too. I don't know, but if they have it in pink, I might get it in pink. It's just everything. And what I love about it too is it has this little part for a water bottle. So if you have, it would have to be something like this, slim, but watch this. I can pop this right in here on the side. Okay, like what? Oh, just. But no, for real, y'all, it's really cute. And I just had to share it because it's making me so happy. It's been making me happy this month in March because I just really pulled it back out since it's been warmer. And I forgot how obsessed I was with this last year. Okay, this is turning into a slight vlog because I'm like, why not just bring y'all along, okay? I'm actually gonna start our language arts lesson while we're in the car. We're getting Chick-fil-A. So I figured we could do this part. So one of the things I love about this, I'm gonna be honest though, I do not know if we're gonna be using Good and the Beautiful. That's what we've been using for her language arts. I don't know if we're gonna be using this next year. I'm kind of 50-50 right now on it, but I'm gonna have her read some of these words so that we can do this. But they have this, they call it a booster cart. Hold on, babe. And it has all of these different things like sight words and sentences, and just different words to read and stuff. So you go through it and then you somewhat, like, it kind of goes in line with the lessons and stuff. I really like this thing and I love it, but there's just some other aspects about the course where I feel like sometimes it's a bit redundant. We stay on stuff too long. There's a lot more we could be talking about. Okay, does any of your kids listen to Storybots? Emery is obsessed with Storybots and their music and stuff. But yeah, so I feel like, I don't know if I'm going to use it again next year just because there's some things that could be improved, but I cannot complain about it because they offer the curriculum for free, okay? So it was free 99. All I had to do was print it out myself. I did buy this book though, but the actual, like, the meat of it, the lessons and all that stuff, that was free. So for that, I'm like, yes, but I just don't know, just because there are some things that I felt like just were kind of redundant this year that could have moved along a little bit quicker. And I don't know, I just think there's probably something a little bit better out there that would be helpful and kind of just fit her learning style too. So I think that'll be helpful because out of all of the subjects we do, definitely by far language arts is our most challenging one when it comes to just getting her to do the activities and stuff. It's not even so much the subject matter, like she does get that stuff, but I feel like there's a more hands-on way or just even a more fun way at times that we could do it, whereas like the Good and the Beautiful, it is very good and it is beautiful, but I think there's just some aspects that are missing. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you all because I mentioned good things, and that's something I'm thinking about in April. I'm like, okay, what is next year going to look like for homeschool? And also just wanting to figure out what my schedule is going to be for Q2, especially because I know that I'm ready to come up with a more solid work schedule, just a solid schedule of what I expect from myself for different things, because it's like I have so many different parts of life that I'm planning for, and they all need their space and time. And sometimes I'm trying to fit them into this small, like, one day. Whereas, for example, like this week, I decided that this week for the membership, or I decided that this week I was just going to focus on membership stuff, and that's basically what I've been doing. Whereas previously there's been times where I've tried to fit in multiple things, and sometimes it happens, right? It's not always going to be perfect every time, but I've really been trying to work on understanding the priority and actually just honoring what that is and not beating myself up if I'm not able to accomplish the other 50,000 things. But as long as I'm focusing on that one thing that matters for that week or that month, then it is what it is. And that's actually why my products and stuff got pushed back. They were supposed to be getting launched this month, but I pushed it back to it being April instead because, you know, I realized I'm like, there's things that are a bit more important. I was trying to get my membership to a different level and prepared for this second year. And so there was just things that were way more important for me to do in March than for me to work on those products and everything. So that's why I'm so grateful for the capacity, because there's just a lot of moving parts, y'all. But I want to sit down and really look at what I have planned, like what I expect for myself, of like when I want to do certain things, when I want to plan out her lessons, when I want to work on back end stuff, and just kind of theme my days for this season of life, this next quarter, and be open to the fact that it's going to change again over the summer, because the summer is going to look totally different than it does right now. We won't be going to the same things we're going to over the summer. I'm going to have a lot more open schedule. We're going to be doing some traveling, hopefully, and different things. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. You know, like whatever you decide to do, just know that it doesn't have to stay that way. Just because every Tuesday you always did this, well, now it might be switched to, you know, every Friday. And that's what I had to also do with my membership schedule as well, is there were certain things that were just set in stone from the past year, and I'm like, you know what, it just doesn't work well anymore, and I just need to kind of separate from that idea, and that's okay. But sometimes I can get in my head about just the pivots that I need to make with stuff, and I tend to question it a little bit more than I need to. So this week has really been like an eye-opening week of just really trying to make some changes and stuff in terms of scheduling and just being open to change. So that's the theme for March. I feel like it's just being open to change, for sure. And shout out to you if you're OG, if you remember my opening song back in the day, my videos, my Change is Crazy song. It was a song that I had recorded like back when I was a teenager, but it was the opening song. And sometimes I think about bringing it back. I don't know. Would that be weird to have like an opening theme song on every video again? I feel like I want to just like get to the point on the videos now. And so that's why I don't have it anymore. But sometimes I'm like, I should incorporate the song in some way. I don't know. We'll see. I also miss my Inspire breaks too that I used to do in those videos. Just like kind of like the OG Tatiana YouTube stuff. Okay, enough talking. I'm going to do this lesson with her while we're driving. She's going to read, get our Chick-fil-A, get back to the house. Man, I'm a different person from the last clip that you saw, okay? Because first of all, things were going great. We had our Chick-fil-A, we came back, we ate it, and then I just went downhill because my monthly friend made her appearance today, and she just slowly took me down. And I had even tried to be proactive, like I took something just, you know, for the pain, just like not even a fun fact, but just a random fact about me is back when I was in high school, my cramps used to be so bad that I would have to go home from school almost every month because they were like unbearable. And I had like all different treatments and different things that I tried, not to go down that rabbit hole, but it was like so many different things that I did to try to get it better. And so it's kind of like that older. I feel like it's not as bad as it was then, but it can still get pretty bad. And I noticed that it definitely is affected too by the way that I eat. That is like the number one thing that I've noticed. And not even just like the day of, I mean like the weeks leading up to it. And then also that's really the main thing. Because when I eat clean, or when I really am more mindful about the things that I eat, it's just a lot less. And that even is across the board. That's even like just my mood and stuff as well as better, but also the cramping and stuff. So that's just something to, you know, keep in mind and think about. And I try to be mindful of that too. Like when I schedule things for my business, I try to plan it if I can. It's not always realistic, but I try not to plan anything that requires a lot of me like being front facing for my business around that time. So that's something that I always think about too when I am working on certain things, if I can help it. I'm like, well, you know what? I like to at least give myself 2 to 3 days of really not having a whole lot of stuff to do. So I actually have not posted anything on Instagram or anything like that, but I have done my due diligence for the week of still showing up for my business in a couple of ways. So I'm like, you know what? We had a win. And I think that it's important to have a bare minimum for yourself, even when you know you might get sick or you have just rough moments of things that happen, depending on what it is, of course. But I always have like my baseline that no matter what, I'm still going to do these things, you know. So like I still am going to be posting my video this week on YouTube. This video that I'm recording right now, I still went live. I'm starting going live again on my channel. I did that. So I'm happy to still be showing up even if I haven't gotten a chance to do everything that I wanted to do this week. But that's just my little piece of encouragement to you, but even to myself, that it's like I am managing and doing things. But anyway, with all that said, I ended up taking a nap. We finished school. We did our entire school lesson, and I started to slowly go downhill towards the end of it. I was like hunched over, and we were still doing it after we were finished. I was like, girl, it's been real. You know, I hooked her up, set her up, got everything ready to go, and then I decided to just lay down, and I ended up dozing off. This is like my one day out of the month where I allow myself to just kind of do that, because I'm able to. I'm grateful that I'm able to. And yeah, it just really helps a lot. So anyway, that was a lot of extra to just say that this afternoon did not go as planned. It is currently 6 o'clock now, and I'm sitting down to just wrap up this video with you all. But I wanted to share that I did pull out my wellness journal from Cultivate What Matters, because I felt like there was a reason why I wasn't able to use it, and I figured out what it is. So they don't have monthly pages in here. What they have is daily. It's a journal, basically. So they have a daily thing, and then they have a place for you to plan out your meal plan for the week. I'm not really doing too much meal plan stuff right now as much. I will like meal prep for my lunch and stuff, but I don't necessarily need it for that. So I'm trying to figure out what I could use this for. So I was actually thinking about bringing this back into the rotation, but I think I'm not going to, because I do need something that kind of gives me a big picture, and this is more so just day to day. But I don't know. I'm leaving it here because since April is the month of my 5K, it might be cool to just track everything that I'm doing really in depth, and just my lead up to it all, because every single day it gives you a place to put what your mood and energy is, how much water you drink, your plans for the day, so just your workout, self-care, your meals. It also gives you a place to check off your exercise, movements for the day, or your steps, healthy meals, rest, self-care, vitamins, and then if you have any notes and what you're grateful for. So I'm like, this would actually be kind of fun to do for the month of April, but I just need to be realistic with myself, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I fall off after a couple days. You know, I'm gonna keep it real. So we'll see. But that's why I have it on my desk, to just kind of keep it in view as something that I may want to accomplish. So I also started filling out my planner while I was in bed. And this is the planner from my shop. It is my daily planner. Y'all need to get your hands on one. I actually am excited because next month, well, April, that's what we're planning for, there's going to be a couple of new cover designs that are coming out for the spring launch that I'm doing. And it's still the same planner on the inside, but there's just some brand new covers, which are going to be really, really cute. So I'm very excited about that. But on this page, so every single month in the planner, you get a section that has a place for you to write what month it is, and it also has a place for you to write in your monthly success plan. And I've shared this in past resets, but there is what are you challenging yourself to? How will you be consistent? What are you launching, creating, or growing this month? What do you want to look into? And then what will you do as far as like a rest day is concerned? So I'm going to be filling that out, and I'll probably actually do that this weekend, or while we're on our road trip up to my grandmother's. So I won't be filling that out in this video, but I'll share it definitely in a vlog or something coming up. But I wanted to read to you the quote that is for this month, the month that I landed on. This is an undated planner, but so this just happens to be the quote for the month that I'm using it for April. But it says, "May my urge for growth be stronger than my urge for comfort. May my will to leave a legacy be the guiding light when I feel lost." I love that. And I think it's very good that this is for April, because as I shared, this month is getting ready to ramp up the next couple of months, and I like to have some things to just remind me of why I'm doing this, and legacy is a really big part of it. I do a lot of my business stuff, and even this running stuff, like I do it to be able to show my daughter the possibilities, you know, and that she can push herself to the limit if she chooses. She can do anything she wants to do. Of course, I want to build this business as a legacy for her as well. So I think it has just a multi-dimensional meaning for that, but I'm glad that that's what it is for this month. So for the next page in here, there's a monthly blueprint, and I just kind of jotted down some random stuff, y'all. what came to mind. I mostly use this planner for business, but I will occasionally put some personal stuff in here. Like I write down all my workout stuff in here that I'm planning to do and different things like that. I'll write down stuff for like meals and everything. So I do a mix of things. It's like I would say it's about 85% business, but the other 15% I do like to do some personal stuff in here. So for my brain dump, I have my new membership stuff because the membership is revamped. So there are a lot of new calls that are taking place, which y'all, I'm so proud of myself. Okay, I filled out all the quarter with all of the upcoming calls. So let's move this out of the way. So April is filled up with all of our calls. I'm gonna load them in the calendar soon and share it with the members. May is filled up with all of our calls, and I just wrote it in pencil because in case anything changes, I can erase it really fast. And then June, which is the last month I'll be using this planner before I switch, is also filled up with our calls. So Q2 is ready. It's ready. It's just waiting on me to get these graphics in order and all that stuff. So that is basically what the new membership stuff is, even though the graphics are going to be done within the next like 24 hours because I'm supposed to be announcing the stuff tomorrow. So yay for that. But yeah, so basically the membership stuff is going to be just the different administrative things. So like there's Zoom links that need to be created, emails have to be scheduled, posts need to be scheduled for different things that I do throughout the week, reminders. Also, I have an email that I send out to the members at the beginning of every quarter as well as every month. I have just some back end stuff I need to do. When someone joins the membership, I have a Zap that I need to actually hook back up. I don't know what happened. If you use Zapier before, you may be familiar with the term Zap, but it's an automated system that allows you to have some things going on in the back end, especially when it's just you. But even if it's I've used it before also with like working with teams and they've used Zaps. But I had a Zap set up so when somebody paid to join the membership, they automatically got added to a segment in Flowdesk and they got dropped into a workflow, which then kind of welcomed them to the membership, introduced them to what our theme was for the quarter. And for some reason that Zap stopped working this month. So I need to sit down and figure out what happened with that, but I need to just get that back hooked up. So that's some of just the membership stuff basically. And then I also have my spring launch as I shared. I wrote down client work because I do have client work that I do. I do a lot of design work in the background. I do a lot of product design work in the background. So definitely, hit me up if that's ever something you're interested in. It's not something I have on like my websites, but I do it. I actually really enjoy it a lot. And I always think about like, oh, maybe I'll like bring it to my website, but then I never do. I never do. So I don't know. We'll see. But that is something that I do. And I'm trying to streamline my client work in a way that makes sense with my current season of life. So that also means a new work schedule, which I mentioned as well. And then also I kind of tabled the whole wholesale and getting into markets and like local connections because again, I wanted to really get this membership stuff figured out. So now that that is figured out, I can revisit some of the things that I was really supposed to be focusing on, even like at the end of February and March. So that is back on the table for me really for Q2. I'm thinking, but I wrote it down just because it was on my mind. And then I put my key focuses for the month is going to be my spring launch, my race, the membership, because it's going to be kind of the first month with this new cadence. So just making sure that I really work over the month to make any videos or anything I need to kind of explain anything that I haven't already recorded videos about, like how stuff works, videos explaining the new calls and things like that. So that's my plan to do that. And then the client work process, just doing stuff with that. And what I like about the planner is it gives me some focuses, but then I have a place to kind of write out my projects that I want to work on. So there will be some projects that will be coming from some of this stuff. My launch being one of the projects, as well as my my schedule. I feel like that's a project in itself to just test it out and really think about what it is that I want to do in terms of theme days. Let me know if you want to see a video on theme days. I'm happy to share. I actually did an entire training in my membership called Bold Plans, where I really dive deep into this part of, how to run a business alongside of your life, what you need to consider, and then how you can come up with a theme for what you do on certain days for your business. and it is a game changer. It's really helpful. So I'm actually going to be revisiting my own course to think about my schedule, and that's something I'm going to be working on this month, is just trying to come up with that. So I would love to record a video sharing some of that with you all, and then definitely check out Bold Plans though if you are needing that help, because I feel like there's so many things about business that people don't always focus on. You like, everyone always focuses on like making money and income, and while that is a very huge piece of running a business, there's so many other things that need to be in place to be business savvy. Like, you need to know how to plan, you need to know how to be organized, you need to know where things are, you need to have the look and the feel of the brand that you want, that you're proud of, but also that attracts the right audience. You need to have products that make sense, you need to launch properly. You know, all of these things are not so much just like the sales. And so that's the type of stuff that I try to focus on in the membership, are the things that will help you sustain the business and help you actually run it alongside life. And that Bold Plans training is a really good one. So that's why I ended up making it its own thing that you can purchase even if you're not in the membership. So I will definitely make sure that that's linked below. But that is kind of my monthly blueprint. Again, this was a very unofficial reset, but I did want to share with you. I do have to record something for my membership, so I'm actually going to wrap this video up. But let me know, what are you looking forward to in the month of April? What are you most excited about? Or what are you looking forward to in the month of April? What goals are you hoping to achieve in the month of April? I am so excited to document my race and just the lead up to that. I mean, at this point, it's crazy that it is a month away, but I'm also excited for my launch that's taking place. I'm excited for the new ladies that are be coming into the membership. I have a couple of just pieces of content that I want to share about my membership in the month of April, so it's going to be really good. But I appreciate you watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Happy April! Bye!